Welcome back, everyone, to another members live stream. Forgot to turn that off. Saturday members live stream. Let's see who's here early and on time. We got Lurch. Is here in the chat, and he's here in the Discord with me to read your chat. Say hello, Lurch.
Hello, Lurch.
Thank you. Ken Barrett is here. Phantom 6767 is here. Drive is here. Matthew Roth is here. Welcome back to the members area, Matthew. Susan Arthur is here on time. We can get started now. Susan, I haven't had a chance to follow up on it, but I saw that your run that you did from Oregon to Texas last night didn't record the whole distance. Is that improved, or are you just rerunning that one? Because I only saw 608 miles on that run when I looked at it last night in the middle of the night when I wasn't sleeping. Lobo 1G is here. Brenton Doherty is here. And Muhammad Helmi is here. Chasmified is here. Welcome. Okay, so let's do some shout outs here. We'll just do the flatbedders to start. Isabella Hagloff, Rob Strecker, aka Lurch, Bill Welburn. Dude, I could do an AKA for almost everybody now with the way that YouTube is putting up the handles. Bedrock, our top ATS driver for February 2023. Nicholas XXXN. Susan Arthur, our top Euro truck driver for January 2026, and our top American truck and Euro truck driver for all of 2025, because she's a driving machine. Captain Minnesota, Omega Trucking, our top ATS driver for January 2024. That's been 2 years already. Man, can you believe that? Trucker Kitty, Norwegian Trucker Nicholas, Big Al 2424, our top ATS driver for March 2025, and our top ATS driver for all of 2023. Chasmified, Johnny Hansen, Lobo 1G, our top Euro truck driver for July 2025. Pugwash, our top Euro truck driver for April 2024. Phantom 6767, our top Euro truck driver for October 2024. Wim 55, our top ATS driver for March 2024. And David Long, aka Shorty, our top American truck and Euro truck driver for September 2025. He is a heck of a driving machine. Isn't that what I did? Oh, for crying out loud. Bear with me 1 second. I just found a mistake that I made. I clearly did not have enough coffee at the time that I did that earlier today. Okay, Susan. That's what I saw, but I don't know what happened. Do I have to do it again? Yes, unless you only want to register 608 miles or whatever it is for that run, and that does not seem like you would want to do that. I hate to say yes, but if you don't, you won't get full credit. It appeared, and I'm going to pull it up here on my screen. Where are you, Susan? Right there. I'm looking into your logbook now. We're going to look at that load. 608 miles from Ontario, Oregon to Corpus Christi, Texas, a planned distance of almost 1,800 miles. So you should have got 4 times that, 608. So what I see is that your load started tracking when you picked it up, but by the time you got just past Moab, it stopped tracking. In fact, it says you delivered it in south of Moab. Well, I know that's not true. I'm wondering, it looks like you stopped at that viewpoint, the one with the hole in the wall. Did you stop there and then shut down your computer? Susan, did you stop at that hole in the wall rest area to take a break? Because it appears that that's where it stopped tracking. And you did deliver it because it shows delivered. Anyway, yeah, you're probably going to want to rerun that. That sucks. I know. That's 1,800 miles you drove. For that to not count really sucks. Now, if you're still with us in Trucky, I'd be able to record that. But of course, you're not. So just I want to throw that out there. We miss you on Trucky. All right. Speaking of which, I need to pull that up too. Since we launched before we launched the All States Challenge, we were way behind on hardcore points. We were in third. That's pretty good. Being in third is pretty good. But we were like 50,000 points or something behind the number 2 spot, which is RG Bargy Transport. And we've been trading places with them all week. It seems like they were way ahead of us. Then we passed them. Then they passed us, and yada, yada, yada. Well, they had a 50,000 hardcore point lead on us early in the week. And now we've got a 26,000 point lead on them. That's incredible. And then in TrucksBook for the rankings they're still ahead of us, but only by 30 miles. They were way ahead of us on there too, way ahead, and we've caught them. Good job, everyone. So Susan says I stopped to sleep, but I continued from there. That's what I figured, but for some reason your TrucksBook app stopped tracking. So make sure, Susan, you can go from anywhere in Oregon. Make sure that your Trucky client is actually tracking you. It looks like it is. It says you're in the menu right now, and your location is showing as being in Houston. No, yes, between Houston and Beaumont. So if you wanted to quick travel up to, say, Astoria or something, and then find a load from there to Texas, you'll get even more miles. You get over 2,000 like Rick did yesterday. Okay, moving on. I want to show off some really cool stuff to you guys today in ProMods Canada. So I did a ProMods Canada video for members 2 weeks ago, I think, 4 weeks ago. Anyway, recently, within the last, this year, where I showed updates in ProMods Canada. So let me go into the game and go to the map. So before I did a drive, actually, I think I did it from Alaska down and went to Revelstoke. Excuse me. And did a delivery in Revelstoke. That's where we saw the train museum, I think it is. What is it, Lurch, where the camera is located?
Yeah, it's a train museum.
Okay. So looks like we've also got Radium Hot Springs. I completely forgot about that. So we had Cranbrook, Golden, and Revelstoke that were added, and now we have Radium Hot Springs. So I haven't been there at all. So first off, I've got a load going from Golden over to Revelstoke. And actually, we're going to the dam. If you look at the thumbnail photo for this live stream, you'll see a picture of the dam. And there's a couple of hidden roads we're going to discover. There's this one that I partially discovered, and this one that I partially discovered. And then the dam is right here. So we're going over there. It's pretty impressive. Heck, this drive is pretty impressive. But we're going to do that. Anyway, I've got a load booked here in Golden, and it's right over the trailer's right over yonder. Look at that view, though. Isn't that something? Look at that. Just incredible.
Got wood?
Yeah, these folks certainly do. I'm off.
Tasmified says Golden, Canada is where Edison Motors is based. The ones trying to get the hybrid electric trucks going.
Huh. Surprised we don't see them represented here in the game. Oh, I gotta... Thought something looked off. Alright, I was just thinking about something funny.
Well, don't leave us hanging.
No, it's not related. Okay, well, it has something to do with a term called Edison medicine. Oh, I guess I can turn these off.
Drive says, does it involve a 9-volt battery?
Possibly. I don't know what kind of battery they put in those tasers. Saudi Aramco? Wow. Aramco is a Saudi oil company. Wonder why they have trucks here. So basically the funny thing about it is that when bad guys get out of hand and the police are using less than lethal force tasers, one commentator that I pay attention to on Twitter refers to it as Edison medicine. was the basis of the chuckle. Wiz is her. Now I'm up on the roof because I want you guys, and I'll do this as much as I can. I want you guys to see this awesome scenery.
Susan asks, so how can I know if it's tracking me? If TrucksBook.
After you've booked your load, open up the Trucky client or Trucky app. You can find it in your sys tray. You can also look You can also go to your TrucksBook profile page and see if it's showing that it's tracking your load. The thing that happened to you last night is one of the pitfalls of TrucksBook. It is not always reliable.
It says his ATS crashed in the middle of the run 4 times today.
Didn't hear that, what?
Wiz's ATS crashed in the middle of a run 4 times today.
Well, that sucks. Check your mods. Make sure you don't have any conflicts.
Taz says that the rattling heat shield is a nice touch from that engine. Drive is wondering what engine you're running.
Running the Zeemods Cummins X15.
What does that mean, Taz? It says tis Z.
Is Z? Yeah.
Driver says might have to buy some more of them Zeemods thingies.
They're pretty awesome. I need to get back on top. It's just hard to hear when I'm on top.
Adam is back and still in northern Norway.
Welcome back, Adam.
driving today, but struggling after a back injury at work on Wednesday.
Ooh. Did you put out your back, lifting up that big coffee mug? Oh. Look at these mountains.
He says it was the big boomer mug that did it. Be careful if you have one. I thought I saw your shoulder pop out of its socket when you held yours up there, Boomer.
Wouldn't want to do this in real life.
Witt says he lost the Texas to Utah run.
Maybe we need to take another look at your mods. Have you tried verifying the files for your game?
Yeah, it's 3 times.
Okay, well, it only takes once. Normally.
Says the engine sound and scenery are a great pairing. Music to my ears and fantastic eye candy.
You were earlier in the day, so the sun was positioned differently.
Every time I verified, it crashed again and again.
Then that's not the problem. The problem is probably mods. Do you have a route advisor mod installed? If so, take it out.
Wim says, hey, Boomer Boss and chat. Maybe next month we can be #1 in ATS hardcore now that the challenge has started. And
Yeah.
Wiz says no.
Yeah, if we don't burn ourselves out today, the month is going to be over in 2.5 hours, I guess. I'm hoping to make a little bit of a contribution myself. Oh, let's go into this.
Says I meant for March.
Yeah. I knew that. Oh, this isn't where the viewpoint is.
Are your lights on?
Yeah? Why? Not dark out.
It was just when you went through the shadows, I couldn't tell if they were or not.
Yep.
So, Drive, do you mind if I ask how you got injured?
Well, now that you put him on the spot publicly.
Well, you can't say no.
Alright, this is the viewpoint here.
Wim says, I myself always drive with the headlights on. In Sweden, is obligatory.
It's a good idea no matter where you are, whether it's legal or not, or required by law or not. Rogers Pass Center.
Drive is sticking with that story, the coffee mug.
Yeah, this is impressive.
Adam says, where is this?
It is ProMods Canada. Between Golden and Revelstoke.
Drive says, seriously though, opening and closing container doors that were extremely stiff.
Yeah, they can get like that, especially if they've been on board ship for quite a while and get a little rusty.
I know of once or twice that the trailer door got caught with the wind and ended up cracking a couple of my dad's ribs.
Yeah. Gotta watch out opening trailer doors in the wind. Oh, the speed limit's low here.
One time he got extremely lucky. A stone or something had bounced off of a truck tire in front of him, came up through his windshield, and it probably could have decapitated him if he hadn't gotten his hand up in front of his throat in time.
Wow. A rock?
Yeah, or something like that.
Brake check. So now we're going down the other side. Look at it. Ah.
Taz
All right,
says,
buddy, get a
twisting
move
and
on.
overexerting your back while doing so, I presume.
Thank you, driver. You didn't have to do that. I'd have waited. Man, we need more daylight.
Drive says, in total, Taz, I think I was doing 8 containers in total, all with varying degrees of dodgy doors. I have a dodgy back anyway, so that just pushed me over the edge.
Coming into Revelstoke. What time do we have left on this load? Less than 3 hours. So we got to deliver it. I mean, we're gonna make it, but we're getting low on time and it's getting dark.
Taz says, I know the feeling. Do your proper posture exercises and stretches and use lots of ice. Get better soon. Well, once again, ProMods has done a bang-up job for Canada. You know, considering the fact that SCS is coming out with the British Columbia DLC, well, could be a year away yet, or maybe not, maybe later this year. It's amazing that ProMods is still doing this. And basically, they're all doing it for free, as far as I know. It's a labor of love for them. I think there's a sleep trigger over here.
at this place. I hope.
Driver says he's been to physio today, had some massage, manipulation, and acupuncture to help him on his way.
Acupuncture. That help with that? I certainly.
Triple XN says, is that time under the map the remaining time until a cargo is late? The 2 hours and 35-minute thing? Well, now it says 2:20.
Yes. And to the left of that is the driving time before, estimated driving time to get there. And then the distance. And then that right number with the stopwatch, that's how long before you're late. If it's blue, then it's a World of Trucks load. And don't just stand there, man. Check me in.
Yeah, do you like the changes?
Yeah, I do. Field to oncoming traffic. Wait
I
for.
just noticed that the stream elements up there partially blocks the prompts that come up there.
Yeah. There is Revelstoke Dam. This was added to this particular release of ProMods Canada. Pretty impressive.
Drive says, I like how you can set the widgets for in-cab and out-of-cab views.
Yeah. For instance, I can have, the way I've got my mirrors set up, I can turn them on outside, but as soon as I go back inside, they turn off. I like that a lot, because I don't use them inside.
Taz says, since SES has gone over the top with recent map releases and reworks, and ProMods Canada looking this good, I'm expecting some pretty amazing things with the release of British Columbia from SES.
Yeah, well, consider Nordic Horizons. How well that's turned out. Look at that water down there as it flows out from underneath the bottom of the dam. That's impressive.
Susan says, darn, now I feel like I need to check TrucksBook every few minutes.
I know what you mean. It's very aggravating. There are days when I feel like kicking TrucksBook to the curb and just going straight with Trucky.
And Nicholas joked, what a damn weekend this is.
So it appears.
So far, things seem to be flowing smoothly. Damnified says, I check it every time I pick up a load and every time I restart a load after saving. Nicholas says, Hoover Dam yesterday, this dam today, what dam tomorrow?
I didn't even think about that.
Sorry, Taz. I'm going to kick that one because of the spelling of it. It's the actual curse word. We're trying to keep it family friendly.
Wait, what happened? Didn't I hit the thing? Oh, I guess I didn't. Ah.
Oh, no, it's just a damn fine weekend, says Drive. And Taz says, understood.
I had an itch on my back. Okay, let's take a look at the map real quick. So I need to get over here. Where's the... There's Taz, channel member, reefer flatbedder for 36 months. Holy moly. I don't think I can quick travel here. Revelstoke. Nope. No service. So I will have to fly like the wind. That's what I'll have to do. First, let me get out from underneath this trailer.
Fly like an eagle.
We'll drive back out here after sleeping when it's daylight.
Hit that hidden road on the way in.
What's that?
And hit that hidden road on the way in.
Yeah, we'll get both of them. Let's see, it's 9 p.m., so if I sleep till 7, let's make it a little bit later. Okay. Clear this, and we'll run back out there. We'll hit this hidden road because I think we can just drive right here at this intersection.
Drive's been a member 41 months, and he says, I see your 36 months, Taz, and raise you. I just said I can't raise, but I'll call.
Oh, this is definitely a hidden road here. The question is, could we have turned left? But you know what? It looks like it.
Drive says cards.
Oh, can't go that way.
Well, somehow you can, because it's a hidden road there.
Right, but it says do
that
not enter.
direction.
Well, that's neat. Oh, can't turn
Adam
left
is
here.
now passing Trondheim, going to Skelfrey. Zeus is wondering, does anybody know if I can leave the tracking app open?
Yes. You can. But it normally resides. Never shut it down. Never click on the X for the app. You can minimize it and it'll go back to the sys tray. Not sure if that's a hidden road or not, or if that's just a dead end. Yeah, there's a gate. Okay.
Adam's wondering, do you like international, or is it just okay? I do not like the interior and the layout of it.
I'm not a fan of internationals in general. I'm only driving this because it's the truck of the week for the Trucky achievements. This
I'll
is
be back in a bit. I gotta hit the little trucker's room.
this is the I'm trying to think of the right words here. If I'm going to drive an international, this is the one I'm most likely going to be. I don't even know if I own another international. I just like the way this one looks out on the outside. I've always thought that. Oh, pass. There we go. Now we can see it. That's impressive, eh? Oh, look, I've adopted a Canadian accent. Eh? I thought there was a viewpoint here. Oh, I guess not. Okay. No viewpoint. Wally's here. So it looks like this is the dead end. Oh, that's an invisible wall. That is one impressive looking dam. That's how I kind of feel like it drive. It truly are simulations. And you can play this many different ways. You can treat it as an arcade game, as I'm sure many younger folks do, and even some older folks. Or you can treat it seriously like I try to. You see the spillway here? So sometimes when it gets the water gets up pretty high, then they open up the spillways and water goes gushing down. Or if maybe that's the automatic overflow. I don't know how that works. But that is how it looks below Boulder Dam, Hoover Dam, and all the other dams on the Colorado River and every other dam I've ever been to. You look at the water outflow, it looks just like that. It's impressive. Gotta wonder how many of these ProMods guys are going to be working at SCS, or maybe they already are. And this is the ProMods is their practice area. Maybe ProMods is their sandbox. Oh dang, I thought maybe I could drive in there. That's cool. I didn't ever notice that before. Well, let's watch these guys. Look at that door open up. I wonder what would happen if I tried to drive in. First of all, I think I'm too high. That's cool. See what kind of loads we got out of here. Just see if anything works. Ooh, Laramie, that's the shortest one. 1,300 miles. That's too far. Amarillo, Texas is even further. 1,900. Wow. Well, how about just out of Revelstoke, but in general? Can we get something? There we go. Oh, geez. Shortest load is to Missoula. 588 miles. I'll pass on that. Wow. Oh, it goes through some pretty country. That Warehouser. There is Warehouser. Right here. What time is on my clock? 12 hours. Fly over. I do have time to do that run. And that is a pretty drive. I'm pretty sure. Wow, here's one to Cape Girardeau. 2,300 miles. Ooh-wee, that's a long way. Let's take these industrial pallets to Missoula. This is going to take us down this road, which is nice.
Back.
Welcome back. Let's see. We're going to pick up this load. What's that away? Well, we'll go around.
Drive says, and it's doubles.
Is it? I didn't even look.
I heard you saying, wonder what would happen if I drove in there. My first thought was for science.
No, it's not doubles. Not this load. The other one was.
Yeah, he says the long load to Cape Verde was. Chaz says, I'm surprised it doesn't route you through Kalispell.
Can we even get there from here? Let's take a look when I get hooked up. Ah. That's what it looks like also when you high hook. Look at the map. Calculating route. What? That would be longer. You have to double back here through Golden. Worth looking at. I don't know why it's struggling to calculate.
Adam says, try getting on the road and it will calculate.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. There it goes. Okay, 587 miles this away. What if we went this away? 698 miles. It is further. And would take about almost 14 hours. This way is 11 and a half. Okay, well, I wanted to go this route anyway. So, who all here has downloaded and installed ProMods Canada? need to do some more shout outs too. Look for a red light.
Drive says I have in the past. I need this version by the looks of it.
Yeah, it just keeps getting more and more impressive.
Wiz has it.
Good deal. We should do a convoy up here.
Susan says I'm going to wait until all of ProMods.
Yeah, we're just waiting on the Great Step to be released. All right, let's go. Trucking through video. Nick, David H74, RD04 Dave, our top ATS driver for March 2023. Douglas Williams, JC Drives, our top Euro truck driver for March 2025. Lee Jenkins, Pancake Man, Ken Beard, Grumpy Gruntbot Gaming, Road Trip Nerd, Ken Maselman, Hippie, John Whitesall, or Trucker John, our top ATS driver for August 2025. Meth Games, JBVHD, Paul Lancy Lansford. You notice that traffic light operated like they do in Europe? Is that a real thing in Canada? Because I don't remember. I don't know if I've ever actually driven in Canada myself. Yeah, I have. Long time ago. In the 90s.
Adam says he's just going to wait until it's in the DLC.
Well, that is an option as well. Mohammed Helmi.
Adam wonders what's the closest load you've taken near the Canadian border.
In real life? I have delivered. I don't know if I've picked up a load. Yeah, Bellingham. I delivered in Bellingham. I don't think I picked up a load there. Also, northern Vermont, on the other end of the country. Jaffo 729, Large Caliber Gaming, Mr. Gaming Guy UK, Banff 2020. Now, the 10 new folks that were not new, but got the gifted memberships from yesterday. I didn't get to putting them in the correct sequence. Matthew Roth, Peter Evans, Dan Brewster, Tom Freer, Ghost Vision Gaming, Raphael La Liberté, Future Endeavored, Jacob Gamer WX, Chris C, and Tubby Jamboree. That's everybody. Now, the last 10 didn't make it onto the credits roll yet. I'll work on that later today. Let's get up on top.
Adam says Burlington, Vermont.
Maybe. I think so. I know I've been to Burlington, Vermont while trucking. Way up north on Lake Champlain. There's a bridge that crosses just like a mile or two south of the Canadian border from Vermont to New York. Done that. That's cool. Actually, I have video of that. So when the time comes, and I get to that point in this new project, I will share that. I wonder where that goes. I think that was a hidden road. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to plan a rest stop. So I need to plan one out. Let me get on a straightaway here. Okay, let me hop into the map and look at about 8 hours. It's only 4.5. Here we go. That's a little over 8. So I'll plan on pulling in there. I don't have that discovered yet anyway. If I can make it that far.
Drive says you don't need a rest stop. Drive time is just a suggestion.
Well, it comes back to that whole treating it like a simulation thing.
Yeah, you know, Drive. He's a stickler for the rules.
Yeah. Just can't help taking the occasional hidden road. This is interesting. Why do I wants me to turn left here? Why can't I go up here and turn left? Oh, I should have gone that way. That road was gray.
Drive says it does, Boomer. You're right there. John
Trucker
Whitesell's
John?
here.
Nice. This is just some beautiful country. Pretty, pretty, pretty. I think I need to get back inside. It's harder to gauge up top. Oh, they got slow out here.
Is it possible in real life to drop an American registered trailer in Canada to be used by a Canadian trucking company before being dropped back over the border?
They do cross-border operations all the time, both between the U.S. and Canada and the U.S. and Mexico. So in that case, the trailers would be licensed in both countries. But they'd be licensed in whatever state the company is based out of, and then there'd be a different licensing in whatever province it operates in Canada. So when I was in Southern California and like Nogales in Texas, where there was a lot of cross-border operation, Mexican drivers would be driving back over, Mexican truck drivers would be driving over to pick up trailers in the U.S. So those trucks all had Mexican license plates, and I don't think they had to be registered in the U.S. Because of the, I think it's NAFTA. There's some provisions in there for how they have to operate. It would have to have U.S. and Mexican insurance, though. I'm pretty sure. So maybe that's how the trailers would be handled as well. Because I dropped trailers in Nogales when I was with Schneider, and sometimes those trailers would be picked up by Mexican truck drivers and taken across the border. A lot of times the cargo inside would be transferred into other trailers that would then be taken into Mexico, and vice versa. So the companies that perform that function are known as freight forwarders. It's a similar function at ports. When cargo comes in from ships from Asia, and I'm thinking of the Pacific Northwest, because I picked up a lot of that cargo. So it would come across the Pacific Ocean or wherever it was coming from on cargo ships in containers. Those containers would be hauled by a container carrier to a freight forwarder. And then that freight forwarder would unload all the cargo from that container and put it into a regular dry van trailer. And that's what I would hook. And I have some of that on video that I'll share later. I might have even already shared some of that in my real life trucking video blog. Yeah, actually I did. You drive into a yard, a drop yard, and there's containers and there's dry van trailers. And that company transfers the cargo from one to the other. So now I'm going to ask Drive, do you guys do that at the place where you work? Do you do freight forwarding, transferring cargo from a container to a dry van or curtain sider, or vice versa? Or do you just warehouse it? What are these crazy speed limits?
It says we do similar where I work. We get containers in, palletize the load and store it, then deliver it on.
Okay. So logistics is really an interesting field. I think so anyway. You ever watch some of those old time movies where shipping was involved and they loaded loaded and unloaded everything with a cargo net? Just crates of stuff in a cargo net. Well, that whole process was radically changed in the beginning, I think, in the 50s, but in the 60s and 70s for sure. It's all standardized now. So you could use a container trailer in the U.S. to haul a container that can also be hauled by a container carrier anywhere else in the world. I'm talking about the trailer, because they're standardized sizes, 20 foot, 40 foot, and maybe there's some more. But even the and that's the bulk freight, like a dry van freight, but also liquids, chemicals, and we have some of that in the game. All hauled on ships and then transported from the ports to either a local destination or a freight forwarder, or to a rail yard. Rail yard may rails. A lot of times you see these big trains with all the containers on them. They would have picked them up at a port and then they're going to some inland operation. There are big rail terminals that handle that stuff all over the country in the U.S. There's one in Dallas, which we have in the game. There's a big one in Chicago. There's one in, I believe it's the Memphis area. I mean, they're just all over the country at the bigger places. So a container maybe transported on a big ship, and then either delivered locally in like Los Angeles or someplace, or put on a train that's then hauled halfway across the country. Fascinating stuff.
John says, when I was at UPS, we called that cross-dock.
That's another thing, yeah. Cross-dock operations. I've hauled a lot of freight that was cross-dock. And what that means, because it's not just stuff on containers that does cross-dock. Big LTL operations like R&L Trucking, Yellow Freight, whatever those companies are. They handle things. It's called LTL for less than loaded. So they handle individual pallets to multiple pallets. They're going to a location, and they come in on a dry van trailer, typically, get offloaded into the terminal, and go across the dock to sometimes multiple trailers, depending on where their ultimate destination is. It's a real jigsaw puzzle, the whole logistics thing. Called the supply chain.
Nicholas says, in Norway we have many sizes for offshore equipment and such. We have 6 foot, 8 foot, 10 foot, 20 foot, 40 foot, 45 foot, and then we have special ones that are for drill pipes and such.
Wow. Yeah, I have seen those smaller ones, the 6 foot. I forgot about that.
Drive says we get a lot of palletized pasta from Italy in containers. We also get loads in containers that we call handball. That's where the entire container is filled with loose boxes.
Handball. I've never heard that term in relation to logistics. So you just unloading them one box at a time? That seems tedious. I mean, I've seen that type of thing before, where I've gotten loaded. One time I got loaded in, I'm pretty sure it was Southern California, but it was, I want to say lawn chair padding. Chase lounge pads. And they're all loose. And they loaded the trailer by hand. The whole trailer. I have a picture of it, which I'll share later when I get to that point in this new project. That IKEA looks like a Waffle House.
Going back to Vermont, Adam's wondering, was it US 2 in Vermont near the border?
I don't recall. I'd have to look. I get a chance at the next red light, I'll look.
Drive says it's mainly light goods like crackers. Can take a couple of days for the warehouse staff to empty one.
That seems very inefficient. All right, here's a red light. No. Well, yes. Yes and no. There's actually two bridges. One of them is on Vermont Highway 78. Then you have to cross again on US Highway 2 to Roos's Point near Champlain, New York. Oops. That's not healthy for the tires.
Adams adds there's a couple of truck routes across Lake Champlain.
Well, I only did it once that I recall. And it was the route that I just mentioned. The speed limit dropped. We are coming up on the border. just a reminder, or if you weren't at yesterday's live stream, later on today, I'll jump over to Euro Truck. Welcome to Washington. Jump over to Euro Truck and drive around in some ProMods areas over there. I don't know where yet.
Adam says US 2, US 4, Route 74, including a ferry, and Vermont 17 to New York 185 Lake Champlain Bridge. The smaller routes are limited for local trucks like 10 tons.
One thing I remember is that it was beautiful countryside. Of course, it was mostly covered in snow at the time. Whoa! There it is. Looks like it's hauling coal. Rolling coal. That's a different kind of rolling coal. I guess I haven't been this way in his profile. I thought I had, though. Let me see. Oh, it was this one, I think. Maybe. This one. That's it. No. I mean, I've definitely been that way, but I was trying to think. I did it on a live stream in this profile, I thought. Okay.
John says, I think I'm currently parked in Latvia.
I would love to go to Latvia in real life. We got a turn here.
Cosmified says 97 has been filled in to the south of you, so I'm sure you've been there. The area was probably reset by the new map.
Yeah. I have definitely been this way without ProMods. That's hot. Noticing I got red bed. Need to check and see if we're gonna. I don't think I'm gonna make it to that place. Nope, not gonna do it. Let's roll it back. Yeah, let's roll it up here to Colville. Actually, you know what? I don't even need that marker. We'll just stop here when we get to Colville.
Bridges are limited to 10 tons and 9 feet tall. Getting dark. Well, I guess it is that time of day. This is the northern end of US Highway 395. It goes up to the Canadian border from here. That's the other crossing. And it goes all the way down to Southern California. What is the name of that town there, Taz? Where the southern end of 395? Drawing a blank. South of Barstow. John says, when we drove to Florida a few weeks ago, I had my first visit to a Love's travel stop. My girlfriend was not surprised to find me wandering the lot checking out the trucks.
It's awesome.
Tasmified says Victorville.
Victorville, that's it.
Adam says, I've been to Vermont a few months ago and saw how beautiful the covered bridges are, but every bridge has a weight limit and it's not made for trucks.
Yeah. Every once in a while, somebody tries it. And they wind up on Bonehead Truckers and the news. Alright, let's see. How far do we have to go? How much time to make delivery? 18 hours. So we got 5 hours of driving. Plus a 10-hour break is 15. So I'm just, actually, you know what? I'm just going to start the 10-hour break now. So here it is at 5:30 a.m. We're going to have some nighttime driving for a bit.
John says, shame on the mess.
For real. John, I can just picture you in my mind's eye walking around the truck stop parking area looking at all the trucks. And I totally get it.
Says it was hilarious. She was like, hurry up, we gotta go.
Now, every one of those truck stops has got display cases with all kinds of stuff like trucker GPSs, CB radios, antennas, all kinds of things.
bought a wheel knob for his Logitech at the Lowe's.
That's awesome.
Adam says he posted a truck map on Discord.
You did post a map on Discord, or you're asking for one on Discord?
He did.
I'll look for it. The guy is still sitting back there at that stop line, not moving. What is up with that? Seen that a few times lately.
That says it might be Pug asleep at the switch. Yeah, from all them pink lemonades.
I can see the beginnings of the sunrise. Well, I forgot about Washington's speed limit. Okay, we're in Oregon or Idaho now. Speed limit for trucks all over Washington is 60. Sorry, dude. Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Drifted again. Oh, I forgot I'm running a oversized load. Watch my speed. I've been doing a little bit of speeding here because I wasn't paying attention, and I don't want to get any negative points from Trucky. I do have a 3 mile an hour race range, but I was going more than that for quite a bit. Come on, Copper, pick it up. Holding up progress.
John got hit with race miles and ETS this morning.
Shame on the mess. You know who's never got race miles and what, 4 or 5 years to this guy. I don't want to jinx myself or anything, but I'm pretty close a few times. Gotta go in.
Drive says you'll be front of HR first thing Monday, John.
You got some splaining to do.
He's blaming the cat.
Don't let the cat drive. You drive, the cat naps, not the other way around. I forgot where we're going. Missoula. Missoula, Missoula, Missoula. Anybody been to that place? Is it $50,000 coin bar? I've been there. That's a lot more than $50,000 coins now. Going so slow. With this being a non-World of Trucks load, I can drive faster, but I prefer to keep it around 65.
Drive says you're going slow because John's not in front. John says, really?
We got an exit coming up.
Just want to go, he adds. Drive says that they do.
Ooh, we're going up to this rustic place. I've never been there yet. This will be a first. First time in any profile I will have gone up here. Oh, look, there's lots of stuff up here too. Cool. Stayed at that truck stop a few times. Honor. Yeah, I've never been out on this road. Where are we going? Well, over here, obviously. I'll bet we could do some dynamic loading here. Ah. I love some of these in-game animations. Brings the some of these depots to life. Okay. What do I have on my clock? I'm not going to do another load. It's time to shut this down, but 8 hours. Wow. Because I was thinking, and I'm not going to do it, but I would love to drive up here and scope that out, see if there's any hidden roads. Because I like discovering hidden roads for some reason. But I am going to wrap it up here. We've gone long today. Again. If you haven't already, please leave a like. Let me go in here and go to the map view real quick. Wow, we did some exploring today. I got to get back up here and do that Radium Hot Springs. Not today, though. Another day. We'll get up there. Thanks for riding along with me today. Hope you'll come back later on this evening for a tool around ProMods Europe. And why is this so far behind? And we'll see. I don't even know where I'm going to go yet. But I'll sort it out later. So, again, thanks for riding along. We'll see you later.